few hours. All eyes are glued to Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas.
Tonight we kick off Week 3 with a great Thursday night matchup between the Baltimore Ravens and the Las Vegas Raiders. 2 weeks have come and gone. It's off to Week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports.
They'll start with a run by Mitchell. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Well, this defense for the Raiders, much improved from Week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield, but all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Here's Jackson to throw.
And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw.
That's caught. It's DeMarcus Robinson.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds.
And that's good for a gain of 6.
And that'll bring up 4th down.
4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. We'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return.
And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Here's a quick throw out to Wilson.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down.
That's probably as simple of a throw as he'll have all game.
And good for everyone. Good for his completion percentage. Good for the receptions for the receivers. But you know how they work on that. They have footballs with no laces. So as soon as you get the snap, you're just throwing the football, all right? You're not trying to find the laces and grip it a certain way. That takes time. Just get the ball and throw it. So that's how they practice it all the time now, too.
That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a 1st down as well.
Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it's going to be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here.
10 more there and another 1st down.
The Raiders are 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Carr. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And it's complete to Adams. So they hit pay dirt, but don't count it yet. There's laundry on the field. We'll see what the penalty flag is about. And this third down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. Now Carr. And incomplete on the deep ball. Fine work by the Baltimore defense to help bring up 4th down. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
The kick by Carlson is good. And the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Yeah, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And they are losers of 2 straight coming into this Thursday night game. Is it more difficult, CD, when you take a losing streak into a quick turnaround game like this?
It certainly is, because you don't get time to work on the issues that you've had throughout the season that have caused you to have the record that you're having. You can't really get those set. So now you're trying to minimize those and maximize what you've been doing well. And I remember a game recently where one of the assistant coaches said to the head coach, forget our running back rotation. This guy has a hot hand, and they rode him to a victory. Those are things you have to look out for in games like this.
Play action. Now Jackson.
Here's Mitchell with a catch out of the backfield.
Just a gain of a couple there. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there, because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay game.
And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I think everyone in the stadium saw that big hit coming.
And I, as a former defensive back, have to admit I'm a little disappointed. He actually was able to hold on to the ball. He brought the lumber on that play. Give my man a whole lot of credit for taking the hit and possessing the football.
And picking up the 1st down.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
They go play action now. Jackson.
So that's complete to the fullback, Ricard.
And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. He's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back.
They'll try and pick it up with Mitchell.
Yeah, this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there.
4th and short, partner. I mean, this would be a really risky call. Here we are in the 1st quarter.
On your own side of the field.
Side of the field. But, boy, what a tone setter that would be to go for it and get it, wouldn't it?
You're gritty today. I like it.
I'm feeling it.
.44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. offense set to get this drive started.
They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
Second down, Jacobs once more.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. To throw his car. He goes right back to Adams. That's complete. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Adafe Owe showing off the pass rush skills. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
And this came from the edge, and those pass rushers, they have so many tricks of the trade to get around blockers. They have a lot of tools in their kit. This was pure speed and athleticism on this play, though, and they could barely get a glove on him before he got the quarterback on the ground.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. And defensively, Baltimore's in a dime look here on third. Throwing now is Carr. And that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Nice call by the defense there on third down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. A 41-yard punt, 9 on the return. And the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Winless to start the year at 0-2, and now they get the Thursday night game here in Week 3. So, I don't know, does the fact that they're back out so quickly, Charles, help or hurt their cause?
Oh, I say unequivocally help, because you always want a Thursday game earlier in the schedule rather than later, just because the grind of the season hasn't really set in yet. But also, if they can get a win here, they get a mini open week, recharge a little bit, and carry some fresh momentum into the rest of the season.
Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Right back to Mitchell on 2nd down.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they're dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 15-yard line. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
First down, here's Mitchell. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Right back to Mitchell on 2nd down. And the Ravens are going to have a 1st and goal as some good running there gets him down to about the 2-yard line. Knock it on the door.
Some good strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
Dillon is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line. Not able to go anywhere that time. 2nd down. So stuffed from the 2. Now what?
You know me pretty well. What do you think I want here?
Play action?
Definitely. Let him get outside and create. And if he has to run it, he has a little bit more space.
2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Jackson's going to keep it. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down.
That run wasn't a big breaker, but I don't think the guys on offense mind very much. They've got a nice drive going, and they might just be luring the defense in a little bit. They could probably come back with a play action, maybe go over the top. But right now, on this drive, their playbook is open.
This Raider defense not giving in. They'll try to hold once more on 3rd and goal. Jackson will keep it. So call that no gain on the sneak, and now they're still a yard short here on 4th. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what?
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. And I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
They'll run for it with Dillon. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. A.J. Dillon, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Ravens' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Carr. Over the middle, complete. It's Jacobs. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
On first down, Carr. Out to the right here to Wilson. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
From midfield, here's Carr. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 29-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Tackle there by Michael Pierce.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
On 2nd and 9, Carr. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Caught. It's Wilson. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to make it 4th down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. So Carr exits on 4th down, and on comes Daniel Carlson for the field goal try. Carlson able to put this one through, and they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. They'll throw on first down with Jackson.
They'll run the screen with Mitchell.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. So we're at halftime with our score 7-6 in a tough-fought first half. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Raiders are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this third quarter of action. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one good for 26 and a 1st down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield who can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one.
Now the ball comes loose. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Wait a second, they declined the penalty?
I'm as puzzled as you are, partner. I don't understand how any time you lose possession of the ball, yet you turn down a penalty that would give you possession back. Let's make this simple. Anyone who plays the game, take the football. Always take the football.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
We saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. Out to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
93.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Able to find Waller. That's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Able to convert on third and 14. A terrific play call. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. 22 yards there, a first down.
First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Carr going to give it to Jacobs. Runs over him. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he's in! Touchdown, Raiders! Josh Jacobs, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Raiders have taken the lead here in this 3rd quarter. So now Carr, he'll lead the Raiders up to go for 2. Carr will look to throw. And he will get into the end zone again. And he seems to have a nose for it as he gets both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. And the formula there on the 2-point, trying to go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Right now they're on the wrong end of the scoreboard, and that won't change if this drive ends like the last one when they had that lost fumble. So you have a feeling taking care of the football is certainly paramount right now.
Yeah, and it's not just the guy who dropped it on the last drive, is it? That means everyone who might touch the ball is getting the same message. Guys, ball security, paramount. Let's take care of it. And if we do, we've got a chance to put points on the board.
Now Jackson on first down. He's airing it out for Williams. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass.
3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
And the Raiders call on a nickel set for third down. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 43. Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
They run over center with Mitchell. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
They go play action with Jackson.
Going for Bateman. He's got him on the out route.
He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
Up the middle, here's Mitchell.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Tackled at the 25-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Jackson from the shotgun.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
This is caught by Robinson.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a first down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire second half.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Got his tight end. That's complete. That's Andrews. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And he's going to go down. He sacked back at the 24. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down. Tucker's kick is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10.
Well, no field goal attempts for him until the final quarter, but no hesitation on his end. He comes right out and nails his first field goal try.
And give him a lot of credit, too, because he stood there the entire ball game, but has managed to stay with it both mentally and physically. When they called on him, he was ready, and he knocked it through the post.
Raider offense set to get this drive started. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Throwing his Carr on 3rd down.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Vegas. This is fielded at the 27. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. He's airing it out for Williams. It's caught inside the 25. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 43 yards.
Well, this is where an offense needs to show what it's made of, and in fact, where a quarterback needs to show what he's made of, trying to engineer a 4th quarter comeback, and he hits a big one right there.
From the gun, a give to Mitchell.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Right back to Mitchell on 2nd down.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Well, CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or 2 in this situation.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal.
On 2nd down, here's Mitchell.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you
got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown.
Mike Williams,
his 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Ravens have taken a 4th quarter lead.
Tucker with the extra point, and it's now 17-14.
Ravens 17, Raiders 14.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive.
We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the 4th quarter.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Give them 32 on the play.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them the lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. They get 17 more on that one and another first down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. It'll be a gain of 2, and speaking of 2s, it'll take us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. From the 24, Carr. And this will be incomplete. Well, these corners, I tell you, they've done excellent work all game long.
They remind me of guys in the past who just said, hey, throw it out here 100 times. Nothing good is going to happen. And if you throw it in the wrong place, I'll take it the other way.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Throwing his Carr. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
A 50-yard attempt.
The kick by Carlson is good, and we are all tied here in the final stages. So a big kick to get this back to even. Now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get it to overtime yet. So now as a defense, you got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense and just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you, but you also can't let anyone behind you. So you sit right on the line between the two, play the best defense you can, and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Here's Jackson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. And that is incomplete.
Well, the defense certainly did its job. They held up in that situation, and now on 4th down, you've got to pump this and try to get to overtime. There's no decision to be made, in my estimation.
The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on here to punt it away. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. They need to get this around the 40
to have a chance to win it in regulation. From the 40, it's a 57-yard field goal, so that gives you a gauge.
And all they're trying to do now is pick up yardage in good chunks and get out of bounds to stop the clock. If they end up running a play and get tackled in bounds, they're worried the clock may run out on them and finish the game.
And they'll have to be careful how they handle this.
Yards remain for second down. Now Carr.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. A couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Carr to throw.
They'll find his tight end. That's Waller. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. Now the timeout will be called, so they're in field goal range with 3 seconds left. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. What pressure as this thing all rests on the foot of Daniel Carlson. With 3 seconds to go, this for the win. And his kick is indeed good. And this home crowd is in a frenzy as their guys have pulled it out in the end.
Charles, you think about this victory, pretty impressive. They came in facing one of the top defenses in the National Football League. Not only did they get the win, they played a clean football game, didn't have any turnovers against that great defense.
Yeah, it's a terrific observation because you know they emphasize ball security.